Hello and welcome to Unleashed. I'm your host, Will Bachman. If you visit umbrex.com/unleashed, you can sign up for the newsletter for this show where I send out some bonus material and the show notes and a transcript of every episode. Now, today I am delighted to welcome Vadim Rogovskiy, who is the founder of Eve, and you can find their website at joineve.ai. Vadim, welcome to the show.
Will, thanks for having me here.
So, Vadim, why don't you start by giving us sort of what's a quick definition of what is Eve?
Yeah, sure. So Eve helps small businesses to stop losing revenue by turning their chaotic inboxes into organized opportunities. Meaning Eve helps you to find leads and requests for a quote that you overlooked or missed in your emails, and then helps like reminds you about follow-ups, flags, upsell or churn signals, and even drafts very personalized emails to save like 10 hours per week on email communication with your potential customers.
All right, that's amazing. Let's I imagine it could work in, multiple different industries or sectors and might work in different ways. So for this audience, for a lot of the listeners of Unleashed, they're independent consultants, and they are often, they're not often, they're responsible for selling their own work as well as doing the work. And if you've been in business for a while with your email, you often have people that you've reached out to that reached out to you 2, 3, 5 years ago. Maybe you exchanged emails about a potential project that didn't go anywhere. Maybe you submitted a proposal to a client a couple years ago, and at the time they said no. Occasionally you might miss an inbound inquiry. Maybe you're mostly good about responding to inbound inquiries, but there's probably a lot of those relationships in your email inbox that are probably good for mining for follow-up. So talk to us for that kind of use case of finding people that would be good to follow up with. Tell us about how your tool would work.
So our magic is that it's literally almost zero onboarding. What you need to do is just to spend 30 seconds to connect your corporate email to Eve through Google or Microsoft. We are fully integrated, fully privacy security compliant with them. And we will ask a couple basic questions in the intake form, like what's your ideal customer profile? And that's it. And then Eve is going to study your years of your email data, and you can add your colleagues as well. So we're going to build a knowledge graph about your business, understanding your ideal customer profiles, personas, pricing structure, how you sell, etc., etc. Then we also run web search agents. So we go and look at external sources, like we look at your website, we look at different public databases, and then we cross-reference this information. So then to make sure that that Eve understands your business well, and then we immediately start delivering value by showing you leads that just are sitting there, and either your team didn't reach out to them, or didn't respond to them, or need a follow-up, and we give you the context, what exactly you need to send them.
Okay. So it's not just looking at your inbox. It also would look at your inbox, and let's say a consultant is in the auto industry, and they have an email from a tier 1 supplier from 3 years ago. So Eve would not just have that context of what's in the inbox, but it's also going to check the internet to see what that company is. Are they still in business, or what does that company do? Have there been any developments with that company, or what does it check? Say, for example, let's say the person worked at company A. Would Eve be smart enough to figure out, this person, I can find their LinkedIn profile, they've actually worked at company B now? Or tell us a little bit about the kind of what it is checking on the internet.
I'll probably will walk you through the process in general, what our AI does. So first of all, we basically look at all your contacts, thousands of contacts that you have in your email and your team's email if you connect your team members, and we classify them. So we divide them by leads, current customer, churned customer, partner, vendor, investor, etc., etc. So this alone is pretty complex task to do. Then we have a bunch of agents that are responsible to figure out your ideal customer profile. So we look at your yes. So now we look at your website. We look at different public databases, trying to extract your value proposition and who you're targeting, etc. And then we go to your email data. And we find how you and your team communicated your value props to your potential customers. And then we kind of map this and to come up with, we call it like executive summary. Basically, on our server, we built executive summary of your business, and then we use it as a filter. Then we basically process all the incoming communications, especially leads, through this summary as a filter. And if these leads fit your ideal customer profile, then we immediately flag them. We show them to you in your account, and we also give you necessary context. We analyze the urgency, ICP fit, etc., and then we give you like we prioritize them according to that, and then we give you the context what you need to send them. You might just click a button send. Eve is going to send them email written in your style. This is also one strong feature about Eve. Because we can analyze years of your previous email history, we understand your style perfectly.
Oh, that's great. Now, for if the lead just came in, a day or two ago, there's some chance that I haven't responded to it, right? So you catch that, oh, this lead came in yesterday. But if a lead came in for consulting services, 6 weeks ago or 6 months ago or 6 years ago, that need has passed, right? They are satisfied that. So what are some ways that Eve would propose to me of trying to re-engage clients that they submitted an inquiry in the past, but that need has been satisfied of just, hey, we connected 6 months ago and wanted to follow up and check in and see how's life or what's going on in your universe, or what kind of emails would it suggest I send to reactivate that discussion?
Yeah, I mean, it will look at your style. I mean, and basically start and finish the email with the way you usually did it, right? That Eve is not going to come up with something completely new, and you will always have an ability to edit, to make any edits you wish. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, but what are some of your tips that maybe you've sort of built some philosophy into Eve I can understand for leads that just came in, it's helpful to make sure you haven't missed them. But for old leads, where you help kind of mine those and find them, how do you like, what are some ways that Eve would suggest we re-engage with those leads that are now no longer active? Presumably if they reached out 6 months ago for a post-merger integration support, they probably found it. The merger is probably fully integrated, so they don't need that anymore. So what would I say to them? Hey, you reached out for some post-merger integration 6 months ago, and we had a conversation then. I thought I'd just check in and see what's new in your universe. Or like, what would Eve suggest that I do to re-engage that lead, that client?
It's a good question. I mean, we also have we are working now in a template library. You'll have a few options to choose from. Yes, correct. And Eve will give you some choice. But then ultimately, our big vision is that Eve is going to automate these communications. Meaning, you're going to first build some trust. You're going to see what drafts Eve comes up with, and then you're going to basically delegate communication with the vast majority of your leads to Eve. So you wouldn't even know about it. Eve is going to talk to them, answer any questions based on your company's knowledge base, draft contracts. If they need to talk to you, Eve will schedule a call. We already have scheduling built in. So this is like an ideal AI operator for small business owners.
Oh, I see. So it sounds like a little bit more of the vision is not so much the mining, but it's more about on an ongoing basis.
Autopilot, yes, correct. Yeah.
As leads come in, it will learn how I normally respond to leads, and it will just reply to leads. Once I give it permission, it'll just sort of automatically reply to leads that come in and answer their questions the way I would. So that's kind of more what the vision is, and not so much about reactivating the ones that are cold.
Oh, no. Reactivating is also there. It's just one of the use cases. Yeah, of course.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, that's amazing. So, um, certainly, I spend a lot of time on on email. So, freeing up that time would be amazing. So, what are some ways that Eve would help me, let's say, re-engage cold leads? This is something I struggle with all the time, trying to figure out all these people that have reached out for opportunities in the past. How do you reconnect with them? How do you get them? How do you get them? How do you get become top of mind with those leads?
Well, I can maybe quickly show you. Do you want to see the demo, right?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do a demo. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll show you a demo on our own account because we're obviously using Eve for our own purposes, like even eating our own food, right? So,
Yeah.
give me a second. Yeah, I'm gonna be sharing my screen now. Okay, you probably see my screen, right?
Yes, I do. So I see
Yeah.
here. Welcome back.
Yes. And
Mhm.
now, no. So now, you see, right? This login screen, right?
Yep.
Like me meet Eve. Okay, cool. So I'm just what I need to do. I'm signing in through my corporate email through Google. That's the way you usually do it when you need to do it with every other service. And yeah, okay. So I just put last 30 days. So yeah, first of all, new opportunities. On the right, you see a block, new opportunities. It's basically all the inbound leads that we got through like during the last 30 days that fit basically your ICP profile. So we immediately scored them, right? So they sit in this block. And if you click on it, boom, you see description about the company,
Uh-huh.
I mean about the if you had some interactions with them, you hear the context, and here you see and they wanted to reschedule a demo, so you see your recommended actions. You see that you've already rescheduled the demo with them, so it's stated as complete. And if you need to send them a follow up, this is already the draft created for my colleague Nika. So you see the draft in her style that you can send right away. And if you go back to dashboard, you also see section to follow up. These are the leads that Eve recovered. For example, for some of them, like last communication was August 22nd or August 24th, right? And nothing happened since that. Maybe my team member promised something to them but didn't come back, etc. So now I, as a business owner, I know like what's going on. I can just come back to my to my team and say, hey, you needed to talk to Thunder, and this is the update. Like Eve already prepared some tasks, like follow up on investor report, feedback, and pivot steps. That's what we need to send them. So Eve already prepared an email that I can send in one click, or I can open this draft in my Gmail. And also you see a full history of our communication with this lead, right? If you want to see just only leads and not tasks, you go to leads section and you can filter them by revenue potential, filter them by status, filter them by last contact. You also can see who owns this lead on your team. So it's for businesses that either use their email as CRM and don't have a dedicated CRM solution, or you might even be using a CRM but not updating it frequently just because you don't have time. So Eve does it automatically. You don't need to just put any effort into this.
And what's the pricing of the tool?
So, I mean, pre our official launch that is going to happen, I guess, in the next months, we have special pricing, which is $250 per month per one, if you just have an individual plan with one seat just for yourself, or $500 per month for a team plan up to 5 seats. In this case, a seat could cost you just $100 per month. We also offer a refund for the first month. Yeah, we offer a 7-day trial and we offer a refund for the first month if Eve didn't deliver the value you expected. So essentially, first month is 100% risk free.
So it's learning your style, and will the eventual goal is that you can get it so that if you have sort of standardized offerings or services or get sort of standard inbound leads, it would craft replies in your voice and you can
Yes.
face them. And once you're confident that, oh, it's always getting it right, you could just let it go and give it permission and it will just reply automatically um, to inbound leads and tag it in your system, reply to their questions. If someone wants to schedule time, it'll let you schedule time. Wow, that's pretty cool.
Correct.
All right.
Yes.
Vadim, where can people go online to find out more information about your tool?
Yeah, it's join Eve. It's join and eve.ai. And or go to my LinkedIn. I often post some useful content for small businesses. So you can find me on LinkedIn. And yeah, we're gonna be launching officially pretty soon in a few weeks, and we're gonna be posting a lot of content, probably also doing on email list, email newsletter, etc., etc. So feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn and go and check out our website.
Fantastic. All right, Vadim, thank you for joining today.
Thank you, Will.